Jacob, I'm about tired. We just fought off a huge horde. And I think some might still be around. You ready for this?
Greg, look out! Behind you! This week's review, Zombicide.
Alright guys, let's get on to the reviews. Jacob, start us off with the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork in this game is really cool. The board that you play on, the board surface, there's all these interchangeable parts, and the artwork has great detail in it as far as each room. It each has its kind of own feng shui, or it's got details like the couches. You can tell that it's a bathroom or a living room or a kitchen. Mm-hmm. I think they did it above and beyond on artwork, so I gave it a 7.
So I'm actually going to agree with you on a 7. Because I feel it is good. I think it could be better. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with you. Like, there are small little details, and maybe it's just the style they chose that isn't sending it over the top for me. But they do a pretty good job. There is a lot of different rooms. You can easily tell the difference between the rooms. And even on the cards, you got your different blood spatters on each of the cards, and it is pretty nice.
Yeah, the player cards are cool. Like, I think they went above and beyond the details, and like like Wando with the chainsaw. I mean, it brings out the spark in it, I think.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's move on. What about components for you?
Components is where this game excels.
Yeah, agreed.
With it, there are so many different walkers, runners, and I think there's only one fatty design.
Yes, yeah.
And then you do have the one abomination, which looks really cool, and even Mary noticed tonight that the abomination actually has a camera, like he's a tourist that got changed into this. So they put a lot of detail there. And where I think some people might want to take some points off from the components is that they're all gray. However, I think that was a choice of design so people could go and paint them themselves.
There are some really cool photos online too where people have gone in and put details and put colors and actually made them look like the tourists or just the everyday people on the street. Yeah. And it really makes a cool touch to the game.
We really should do that.
Yeah. Who's patient enough to do that, though? Not me or you.
No. Because we'll get bored and be like, why aren't we just playing?
Exactly.
But they look great. They took a lot of detail, and there are a lot of different tokens, too, with their own little designs. Mm-hmm. Now, they are just the cardboard pieces. But when you get to the zombie components and the individual characters, you can easily glance over the board and see exactly which character is where. And so, I really enjoy that fact. I'm going to give them a 9 for components.
Yeah, I gave them a 7. I probably should have increased mine to an 8. I'm going to go with an 8 because there's a lot of detail. I'm detail-oriented today. But, all the little minute things that are just different in between the player pieces. Like the runners, I think there's 2 different molds for the runners. I think there's 4 different molds for the walkers. It just adds a little extra spark to the game, and it's not something that every other zombie game style. Yeah. It brings a lot more to the table than just the average.
I agree.
So, all right. Well, let's go on to thematics.
So, thematics are great for this game. You're starting off, the city seems bare. And we played an easy mission earlier, and we started getting overrun pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like we started and we're like, you mean we just got to get to that side of the board? That's all we got to do tonight?
Yeah.
And it was cool, I thought, because we really had to strategize how to get in, and like there was a room in the center, and we're like, well, if we open this side of the door, or if we open this side of the room and the door, and we just kind of make our way, all the zombies will go around. And I thought it got overwhelming quick, kind of going full circle. Like as soon as I jumped into that yellow zone and then the next zombie wave started coming, it was like, oh gosh, we're gonna be in trouble in 3 rounds, and you could almost sit there and count them. So, and then you get Mary, who wants to go off her own missions
with the pan.
Yeah. Come on, Mary.
Yeah, we won't discuss that too much. But you really get into it because I would assume that's how it's like. You're going to explore, looking for supplies, trying to find places you haven't already searched, and then you start making a little bit of noise, and things keep coming out of every angle. And I also like the whole manhole idea where zombies will spawn on manholes.
Which is unpredictable.
And that adds a lot of difficulty. Especially when you get runners appearing on the manholes. It just becomes very overwhelming.
Quick. Very quick.
So, for the rating, I'm going to give them an 8. Thematics.
I agree with you on that. Thematics, 8. Solid choice. Good stuff. So, overall, let's talk about it a little bit. I love this game just in the fact that the replayability of it is great. You know, you get 9 pieces or board pieces, and they're like what would you say? Probably a 6-inch square, a little bigger, 6-8 inch. So it's like a 6x6, 8x8 square. So you need a big table to play this game. First of all, but they have a front and a back, and all of these pieces kind of fit together. And I think there's 10 missions that come with the game, just the base game. But from that, they have expansions. I think they're up to like maybe 6 expansions now. And each one of those expansions brings just another detail to the game or another facet that the game before didn't have. So I thought they did a great job in designing this game where the second game is not like the first, the third is not like the second, the fourth is not like the third, and so on and so forth. You're never going to have the same game.
And what I really love about it is, like you mentioned, it has 10 missions. But you can either go online and find other missions people have made up, campaigns people have made, or you can even make them yourself. And even just if you acted like they only had one side, that's a lot of possibilities. That's, 9 factorial?
Sure.
And sorry, math nerd. But then adding the whole extra side, there's so many options you can do just with those.
It really is.
And you can get even more pieces and make an astounding game out of it. Also, my favorite part, there's skill trees. You can level up and get new skills and abilities through this game. Also, the whole strategy of, hey, I don't want to level up yet. Yeah, this extra little ability could be great, but no one else is close to leveling up, and it's going to hurt our team overall.
Yeah, it's everybody wants to be right on the edge to that next level before somebody makes that jump. And what we have found too, like opening up doors early on. Yeah. And just, we're all in level 1 still, or still in the blue level, and we want to make sure that all the rooms have a low number of zombies that spawn in there.
Right.
So I like the game. I really think the strategy in this game, they did a fantastic job designing it. Oh, yeah. And even the variety of objectives, like the objective of game 1 is not the objective of game 2.
Right.
So where it might be, you just got to get from point A to point B. In game 1, it might be, okay, go and collect these objective tokens in every corner of the board for the next game. So, or it's collect all the medical supplies, or it's great. I think there's a lot of replayability to it. So.
Now, I will say there is one complaint I do have about the game.
I knew this was coming.
That's kind of where we had that little dumb skit we had. There's a rule that if you're shooting in a square and an ally's there, you have to hit them first. And I feel like if that's your level of aim, you're probably not making it long in the zombie apocalypse anyway. So we've kind of made a house rule to where when we roll, if we have a natural 1 roll, that hits your ally. If you don't hit that 1 and it's a 2 or 3, so it still doesn't hit, you just miss everything. That's how we found, and I understand they were trying to make game mechanics make it a little more difficult, but for us, it just kind of knocks us out of it to where we changed the rule to that when we played to add more fun and immersion to it.
And I think this is just a cool thing just about board games in general. Make house rules. This game is your game. Make it what you want out of it. There's no reason you have to play by the rules. Figure out your group of friends, whoever your board game geeks are, and have fun with it. Make it your own.
I like to call out to the website.
So yeah, I think that's really evident in this game too. This is one of those games that you can make a bunch of house rules and make this game so much more enjoyable. So.
Yeah, you can make it harder, easier, whatever you need to be able to enjoy it, and that's really why you're buying any board game, is just for fun and entertainment for you and your friends. So, yeah, experiment around. So what would you give it as a rating for an overall?
Overall, 8+. 8+ for me. I love this game. We used it a lot even in college for study tactics, which that was great. Kind of helped us through, made studying fun for us.
Yep. I got all A's after that semester.
I mean, the only really downside about this game is if you have a group that's not into the zombie type of style, or they just can't get into the theme of zombies, they might struggle through this game.
It is theme heavy.
Yeah, it is theme heavy. So, but overall, 8+ for me.
And I'm going to give them an 8. I know I've given at least one other game higher than an 8, but this is my favorite game. One of the things I love in video games and stuff like that is the leveling up mechanic. And then when I level up, I'm not just copying what everyone else is doing. I have my own choices, the like skill tree. And so even picking the starting, they all have a different ability. So that really hits high and makes me really enjoy this game. I know it's not the best out there, but it is my favorite.
Sure.
So please leave a like, comment. I really love talking with y'all in the comments. Also, I've started adding a poll that goes somewhere up here to ask what y'all want to rate for the games. So tell us what you think of it by answering in the poll, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.